Next on the list is Stamily, which is just it's just touched every part of the world. Stamily does a great job, and here to present today is the chair, Steff Lebsack. Take it away, Steff.
Hello. So actually, I'm presenting with Andrea as well. Excuse me, and he's going to share. Hello. He's going to share our slides, and so thank you for coming and listening to us today.
Okay, I'm going to share now. Can you guys tell me if you can see it?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. Okay, Steff. So I will start, I guess, right? Because we didn't color code the slides, so we should have. We should have, right?
And we'll introduce ourselves.
Okay, so my name is Andrea. I'm Italian. I am a person who stutters. I am a professor of philosophy. I'm a teacher of philosophy in a high school. I live in France, and I'm a member of Stamily. I've been a member of Stamily for 3 years, and yes. So today I'm here with Steff to tell you about Stamily. So, what is Stamily in the first place? Stamily is an international organization. It's an international association based in the Netherlands for people who stammer or stutter and they are allies. So as you can see, the name Stamily comes from the idea of people who stutter or stammer, and the idea of creating a safe space, a safe community for them. Therefore, we merged stammering and family, and we created Stamily. Stamily was created in 2018 during a youth exchange. I will tell you about youth exchanges later on that happened in Italy. A few young people who stutter got the idea of creating an association so that they could continue to be in touch and also create a safe space for people who stutter. Yes. Then you can see here a picture of some members of Stamily during the World Congress in Iceland in July 2019, the first Stamily meetup. February 2020, right before the beginning of the pandemic. And then you can see Julian and Mark during the registration of the association in December 2020. That was a big moment, as you can imagine, for Stamily. Yes, Steff, if you...
Yes. So we indeed did not mark our slides. That was brilliant. Well, next time. Next time. So I'm Steff. I'm from Colorado, United States. I'm a speech language pathologist and also a person who stutters as of the age of 36 due to neurogenic reasons, which that is stuttering due to a head injury. So you'll hear me stutter if I'm very tired or if my brain is overstimulated. So I just wanted to share that. So thank you for having us. And I am the current chair of Stamily. So if you go to our website and there's a QR code for our website, you'll see our philosophy, all about us, and we'll talk about the website again later. But basically, we wanted to have a group, a very diverse group. We're from many countries. We have different backgrounds, different viewpoints, but what we have in common is stuttering or stammering. And it's not just, we aren't just a group for people who stammer, we are a group for allies as well. And we want to have a safe space for people to do life together. We share our stories, we share in our forums, what happens in our day and support each other and give each other feedback. And it's really, really a great space and a safe space for people to share their journeys, whatever that looks like.
Okay. Okay, so I will continue what Steff said by talking about the structure of the association. So as Steff said, for us, it's really important to have a safe place, to have people who stammer and their allies together. And as you can see, the heart of the association are the members. So we say that it's a member-driven association because for us, what is really important is to have members empowered, active members that work together. So as you can see, the members are the heart, and then they can participate into groups. So the small squares there, the yellow squares are the groups. For example, there's an online events group. So some members can become active. They can simply join the group and they can propose ideas or they can implement ideas. They can participate. And those groups, they create projects, the ones that you can see below here. One of the groups, of course, is the board. But what we really want to underline is the fact that the association is focused on the members. So the board, of course, is incredibly important from a logistical point of view, from an organizational point of view, but the board is there to help and to support the activity that are hopefully implemented by the members. When we talk about Stamily as an international association, of course, it is based in the Netherlands. The Netherlands, also here in Europe, is famous for having people that are very active when it comes to associations, and you can see that the majority of the members are actually based in the Netherlands, but we are an international association, so you can see we have members from the US, from India, from Belgium, from Sweden, from outside of Europe too. We have more or less 100 members divided, yes, in every continent.
Yeah. So what do we do? We've talked about some of these things, and we'll go into more detail in a bit, but we have online meetings, game nights, gatherings, family and friends, and lots of different ways to get involved. We have in-person events. We have a yearly in-person meetup that we'll show you in a second. And then also where we kind of came from or originated from, the youth exchanges, which we are about to have our second Stamily organized youth exchange this summer. Again, we want to provide a safe space for people to live life together, share life events, and learn and grow and from each other. We love to collaborate with other organizations and with international projects and initiatives. And then if you check out our website, you'll see we also have some resources for people who stutter, for youth who stutter. And then we love to innovate new ideas for advocacy in the global stuttering community.
So I will continue what Steff said by talking about the online meetings, which is the first point there. So as you can see here, my face is everywhere because this is the online meetings part. So that's one of the groups, right, of in which members can participate. So for example, after joining Stamily 3 years ago, I started attending some online events. For example, one of those was Stamily and Friends. I started then hosting Stamily and Friends with Viola, who is the girl here in the pictures with me, which is one of the many activities that we do. Stamily and Friends, for example, is a monthly call. We do it every third or fourth Wednesday of the month. It's a safe space for people who started. We can share our experiences. Of course, the calls are not focused on therapy. We just share our experiences. We try to build up community and to get to know each other. Other examples are mindfulness sessions that were also held during the pandemic, or the games, the quizzes. We also started a few months ago a gaming group. So now every month we can meet and game online. And we also hosted some workshop on online activities, also in collaboration with other associations. For example, with Michael Sugarman, I think it was 1.5 years ago. So yeah, we are very active online. The fact that we are an international organization, I think, it's necessary to have a very strong online presence, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a really active events team, and our events team publishes this great graphic, as you can see here, to notify our members in the community of what's happening within Stamily, including open board meetings. Open board meetings happen once a month, and it's an opportunity for Stamily members to post ideas, post where they see Stamily going, post any concerns. It's an open floor for members to be able to communicate with the board, and for the board also to communicate how it's going with the board, what we're doing, and where we're going. We also have a newer podcast called Stutterviews, so check it out, with Riani from Stuttering Society, who just spoke to us. And we interview people within our global community. So check that out, because we have had a few episodes of Stutterviews published.
Yes, as you can see, for example, here, you can also see Stamily and friends. And I forgot to say earlier, some of the events are open to everyone. For example, Stamily and friends. If you would like to see, you can join without any. You don't need to be a member. While other activities, for example, the gaming here, the Among Us and games, is actually for members only, or the open board meeting, of course, is only for members.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have in-person meetings. We have once a year an in-person meeting where members gather and we discuss plans together. We collaborate with our ideas, and we also just have fellowship together as members of Stamily. And it's a really great opportunity for us to just dialogue about what we want to see in Stamily or within the organization the next year, with projects and goals and things like that. And it's a really great time as well.
Yes.
A newer initiative that we have, led by Venkatesh, who is one of our board members. It's called Stamily Cafes. Stamily Cafes can be hosted anywhere in the world, and we've had multiple locations. As you can see, there's one there in the Netherlands on the left, and then there was the first Stamily Cafe in Boston, USA, during the ASHA conference, or the American Speech Hearing Association conference in Boston, on the right. And it's a time for us to gather, again, get together, talk, get to know each other, and then talk about Stamily and what ideas and about what Stamily is, and if people are not members, how to join, etc.
Okay, and now we'll continue with the youth exchanges, which I think is a very exciting topic. So the youth exchanges are financed by the European Commission, by the European Union, and they are, in the first place, intercultural exchanges. We gather around 40 people coming from different countries in the European Union. And the idea is to share each other cultures. The theme of this year is going to be outside the mask, and we are going to talk about communication and our relationship with nature. So as you can imagine, I mean, it is important to mention that the youth exchange is not a speech therapy week. The young people who started that camp, they are not going to spend a week practicing. any type of techniques or methodology, but it's going to be about intercultural exchange, getting to know each other, and of course also sharing our common stuttering experiences, which is going to help people on many levels. But this is not a speech therapy week. This is very important. This is the second youth exchange that Stamily is going to organize as a host organization, I think, right, Steff? That's the technical word.
Yes,
And we're very
correct.
proud of it, of course.
Yes, and just a correction too, the first one was not in Belgium. The meetup last year was in Belgium. The youth exchanges have been in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So just to correct, yep, and Anita caught it as well. Yeah. But we are having our second Stamily organized youth exchange this summer, which is really, really exciting. And the what the youth get out of this youth exchange is just life-changing. So we're really, really honored to be a part of that initiative.
Yeah, just to be clear on what I said earlier, the meetings here are for Stamily members, while the youth exchanges, they're not only for Stamily members. They are open to young people up to 30 years old, and from 18 to 30 years old from the European Union. So you don't need to be a member of Stamily, of course, to participate to these exchanges.
Yeah, so this is where you can find us. We are on most social media platforms, including LinkedIn. Excuse me. We also have our website, stamily.org, that Anita so kindly put in the chat. Thank you, Anita. And we have a new website just as of this year, so check it out. Hopefully the website is nice to navigate for you, and we would love to hear from you. Next, we, excuse me, have this QR code on how you can become a member if you're interested in becoming a member of Stamily, or even if you just want to follow us and check out one of our opened Stamily and Friends events to get to know what we're about. You can follow us on social media. You can be partner with us, with your organization, and you can also become an active member. As you can see, and this is why I joined Stamily, is the members are paramount in our organization. So many members, as Andrea said, have leadership positions within Stamily, like leading Stamily and Friends, leading games nights, leading our merchandise team, things like that. So there are lots of opportunities to showcase the many talents that we have within Stamily amongst our members.
Yes. Okay. If you guys have any questions, please.
And thank you for listening to our talk.